Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to another edition of NothinNice. You got me here, Jay, with my boy Mook Jones.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And thank you for tuning in with us. All right, so we're going to get into basketball. We deep into the playoffs now. So we're going to talk about how things are shaping up. We have a couple games under our belt. We're going to start by starting this off with the Eastern Conference. So far, we have the Celtics who beat the Heat. That was pretty easy. That was a gentleman's sweep. We have the Cavs and the Magic. Right now, they're at 5 games. That one should be, we'll see how that ends. Cleveland, come on now. Get it together. We're going to have to close that deal.
This is probably the least watched series in playoff history.
That don't matter. It's all about the dub. That's the only thing that matters for me.
Do better, NBA.
Cleveland, get it done.
Do better schedule in these games. I'm telling you.
We got the Bucks and the Pacers. The Pacers just won that one. That was tough for them. And we got the Knicks and Philly. So let's go ahead and talk about it. We're gonna jump off with Boston and Miami. What'd you get from that series?
Really nothing. It's what I expected. I'm kind of disappointed in the Celtics.
Talk about it.
You really look at the Miami Heat. I mean, really they was going to struggle either way if Jimmy Butler went down or not. When he went down, man, you could really see they really struggled to score.
Right.
It forced Bam to be a scorer and be offense first. I don't really think that's his strong suit. I think I know what. I kind of feel like they should have kept Kyle Lowry. This with his ruggedness, the way he plays, playing style, he would have mugged it up a little bit.
Okay.
But I think even with Rozier, I think he ain't that fit. I don't see him with the Miami way. So and like I always said, and I would go down in my grave saying this, I don't think Jaylen Brown and Tatum would never win a championship together. I feel like they're gonna always clash. And it's bound to happen.
Okay, I feel you. My take on that is a little different. For me, I was looking at, Jimmy Butler got hurt, so you already knew Miami wasn't going to win this, no matter what came from this. No matter how hard the guys try, Eric's supposed to try to rally the troops, say, no, I believe in them, et cetera, et cetera. It really didn't matter. However, what I was looking for is a couple weeks ago, or maybe about a month ago, Michael Beasley said, Bam has a bag that we haven't seen. He said one-on-one Bam cooks. That Bam could be everywhere.
I hate to laugh at you.
I was waiting to see that Bam.
Oh,
I was like, okay, so we got Bam here. He's going, everybody's out. Right. It's on you and Tyler Hero, basically. Right. But you're going to see The Rock a lot. I was waiting for him to get it. If you're going to catch it, maybe on the elbow, maybe in the low post, and cook. Go to work. Never really happened.
Maybe we seen Bam the leader. I don't know if we seen Bam with the bag. I mean, him as a leader.
Bam is solid. I'm not gonna act like he's not solid. However, I was expecting much more for Michael to say, oh yeah, he has this bag, he can hoop, et cetera, et cetera. My boy, he's in the Olympics. He's going to the Olympics this year. So I was expecting, that he would give you like KD. I'm sorry, not KD. That's a reach. AD. he would give you AD when AD was in New Orleans. Give me something like that.
Yeah. If anything, I think Eric Spoelstra had a good showing. I mean, if you ask me what I take away from the Miami series, I think he had a good showing.
We know he's a good coach,
but I think he had the best showing. I mean, like his film is the best film you can put on tape for Miami with this series. I mean, just the fact that he even got a win with this team against arguably the best Celtics team in some years, for him to even get a win in this series, I think he deserves a contract extension.
Eric Spoelstra is for sure a good coach. I think he's a little overrated with people just saying that he's the best coach in the NBA right now. I think that's a bit much.
I think just him surviving the LeBron curse makes him a great coach.
No, but yeah, he is a really good coach for sure. So I definitely give him that. Miami gave it, the old college try, but that was pretty tough.
I just want to see him with a full roster. I mean, I just want to see what they'll do with a full roster. I feel like we've been plagued with so many injuries in this postseason.
It's a part of sports, though. So
yeah,
you just got to kind of live with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, so that's the first series. That one's done. We see Boston moving on. And the next one, we got Cleveland and the Magic. I'm just going to go ahead and step out on a limb here and say Cleveland wins in Orlando, even though they've given me no reason to believe that they actually will win in Orlando. Those are just my boys from Cleveland, so I'm rocking with them.
Well, I'm looking to see Banchero play and give it. I'm going to see him put up a real good showing. I don't necessarily think they'll win, but I do want to see some growth out of Banchero. I know we're going to talk about the Olympics a little later. I want to see him put on a good showing because it don't look like we're going to get him beat. So, or Giannis.
What I want to see is Donovan Mitchell. Because Donovan Mitchell, he wants to be on the team that wins. He has the pieces there. Mm-hmm. They're going to get some matchup that you want because you have a young Magic team. So I'm expecting more out of him. One night we'll get 30-something from him. The next night we're in the teens. We're just learning how to, we're just driving going off to college. I need consistency, and I need him to dominate this series. I don't care how good the defenders are on the team, Suggs or whoever. Donovan Mitchell needs to be the best player in this series every night.
Well, I would love to say that I agree with you, but I'm going to just be honest, people. This schedule that the NBA been doing, they come on when the Knicks are playing. That's a much more intriguing series. I have to catch the Cleveland Cavaliers out the next series. I want to say I've been watching, but I'm only watching the highlights like everybody else. I'm sorry to say, I want to give you some intake on it. He's from Ohio. He's going to watch the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not too many people going to do that. I'm not. So, hopefully after this boring series is over with, regardless of which one of them come out, hey, we'll talk about them next series. I think that's what everybody's going to be watching.
I'll tell you what, it'd be your own people.
That's why they on NBA TV and not on TNT.
That's crazy. Or they on ESPN as well. So
I ain't seen them.
Well, you're going to see them. So anyway, so we're going to jump to the next series. The Pacers just beat the Bucks to finish out in 6. They were down Dame for a couple games, for most of it. And they were down Giannis for all of it. So what do you feel about that?
Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. Is Dame coming back?
Dame's coming back. There's no way Dame's not coming back. It's not his decision. And it's not his decision. And he has no reason to not want to come back.
I've seen James Harden leave from team to team in an impossible cap situation.
That's James Harden, though.
I just don't think he's coming back, man. Of course, this year was disappointing. I mean, Indiana just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Right. Ain't really much else I can say about the series. I mean, Indiana's a team, they growing. I don't really see that they have enough to make any noise. I feel like whoever they play against, who will they be playing against?
Philly or New York.
Philly or New York. I feel like both teams are going to mollywop them. So.
No, I definitely agree with that. I hate to see the Bucks not at full strength because this could have been, a good year. That next series for the Bucks with full strength would have been nice. And then seeing the Bucks, possibly go to the finals off of this, or at least the Eastern Conference Finals, that would have been very entertaining to watch. Yeah. That's tough for Giannis. Yeah. I hope he gets back soon, healthy, back on 10. But Indiana, I mean, they showed up and they did their thing.
But I think
they pushed the rock.
I think the one thing this did do, with them guys getting hurt, it bought Doc Rivers a little more time. I mean,
that's very true.
If he don't get it done with this team, with Lillard, Middleton being a year, 1 year removed from the injury, and Giannis, if he don't get it done this year, I just don't get it doing another coaching job.
Even though Doc, he does have a championship, he's had multiple trips to the championship. For sure, the Eastern Conference Finals, it's not enough. He's had so many good teams. And then there's always the excuse, well, this person got injured, this person got injured. But at some point, then you must be the bad luck for the team. Because every time you get a good team, someone's getting injured.
I mean, I can't get over the 3-1 deficits he keeps.
Which one?
So... I don't know if maybe it's a Chris Paul thing, or maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but he's been up 3-1 too many times and not to win the series. I mean, I done got no faith in this guy.
Big facts.
I'm beginning to believe that championship year maybe it was more Rondo. You know, they say he was a coach on the basketball court. So they say he was going off doing his own thing from time to time. I don't know how true this is. This is allegedly. But, you know, It's kind of looking like that. It's kind of looking like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair take.
Yeah.
We just going to have to see next year. Doc is for sure.
You're on the clock, Doc.
He's for sure on the clock next year. He has
on
to
the
show
clock.
up.
I'm telling you, you got to do something, man. I'm rooting for you. You know, I'm rooting for you.
No, for sure. Never want to see a man lose his job or his bread. But, however,
man, you got to
get it done. Gotta get it done.
It's what you done for me lately, man.
Exactly.
He been standing on that one championship forever.
As Shannon Sharp says, update that resume.
Update that resume. I wish I had some quotes from my grandparents like Shannon did. But, you know, holler at your boy, Shannon.
Yeah, my nana always. No, okay. So then we got Philly and we got New York. New York has already disrespected Philly by going into that arena the way they did the other night.
I think they're going to do it tonight.
Well, no. Okay, so the owners from from Philly already bought a whole bunch of seats specifically to make sure that didn't happen again.
So you said somebody's going to get some free seats.
So, listen,
hey, I'm just showing up to the stadium.
Listen, sometimes you got to do it like that.
Show up to the stadium. If you're in Philly, show up to the stadium with your jersey on. You might get in for free.
But regardless, I think that Philly's going to push this to 7.
Man,
I mean, I really want them to push it to 7. If I had to go to Vegas and bet on it, I think I would. Because for 2 reasons. One, them going to 7 is good for the NBA.
Okay.
So the refs are going to know this going in. I'm not going to say the refs are going to cheat for them. However, everybody's going to be weird.
I'm not going to let you say that.
Philly and New York? That's a classic.
But you're telling me, no, New York going to the next round is a bigger story for the NBA.
I mean, that's going to be a big story, too.
I mean, you got the Mecca of all basketball. You got, Spike Lee and all those guys,
Ben Stiller,
so, man.
No, for sure. But, I mean, Philly also going, that's a legendary team as well. I mean, granted, they're not the Knicks. The Knicks are the Knicks. We know this. It's only like the Knicks and the Lakers basically at the time in Boston.
Philly, we all clearly know that Embiid is not going to make it through. Just so happen they get out of this
They're playing the Pacers. They can beat the Pacers.
But what I'm saying is, Embiid is not going to make it through the playoffs.
There's not a big man in the Eastern Conference, now that Giannis is out, that Embiid would ever have to be worried about.
But he's not going to make it through it. I mean, he would. I don't think he'll make it through this game.
He's shown us so much already.
Man, the man has on one leg.
The man went to McDonald's and gave us 2 20 pieces.
I'm telling you this right now.
Extra sauce.
I watched every team play, except for probably Orlando and the Cleveland. Orlando and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That's wild.
I really haven't watched them. I don't watch highlights. But other than that, New York got them dogs, man. Them guys, the way, I don't know what Tim Thibodeau telling them, they running through walls for this, man. I just don't see them guys.
They are.
And Jalen Brunson, I think he's the most unguardable player in the NBA right now. I know some people say Anthony Edwards, but I gotta
Brunson's
say
hooping for sure, but no, that's still Kyrie.
That's
Kyrie or Luka. Kyrie or Luka are making.
They are double teaming this man.
We'll get to that later.
Line. Come on,
Nah. They may show, but no. That's just because they're trying to trap to get a turnover. Absolutely not. We're not doing that.
This man had a...
He's not out here like Kyrie, like, come here, spin move, in between the legs, behind the back, and then I'm still finishing at the rim.
This man was getting 20-something, 26-something points.
He's nice.
In the first 2 games that they won, they still were like, he's not playing up the standard. I mean, this dude...
Because he had a bad shooting percentage. That's why.
But he has set the bar so high right now.
For himself. But that's like...
continued.
But if he has 25, if that's Luka with 25, you would be like, man, Luka, you're going to have to give us some more. We're gonna need to see that 30, 35.
But here's the thing, man. You got the New York Cats, but they got that Philly special going on. So it's just like they going home. I mean, that Villanova connection is real.
Man,
I don't know what it is, but they know how to win together, man. I just don't see them losing back to back. I feel like Tyrese Maxey, man, got to have a 50-point night tonight. And I just don't think he's going to do it. I mean, kudos to him, man. I really don't think it's supposed to be over right now. Let's just be real. If Hart make those 2 free throws, series over.
If the refs would have called game 2 correctly when Maxey got fouled, then Philly's up 3-2 right now. So there's always a if this then this. So, but just where we are at right now at this moment, I mean, it's not gonna take Maxey going for 50. That's not gonna be required because Embiid's still gonna get his buckets. Maxey's gonna get his buckets. It's about the others on that team. I believe Batum could have a big game, locking up on defense like he did last time. He, locked up the puppies at the end of the last game. I think he'll have a big game. There are a couple guys on that squad who are due to step up. So I feel like they'll step up on this, and we'll see Philly. We'll see Philly push it to a Game 7. Once you get to Game 7, anything can happen. They'll be in New York. I think New York will be more likely to win that one. Because if they lose that game, if New York lost to Game 7 in New York, boy.
Let me tell you this. I'm going to pull a Charles Barkley. I guarantee. If he don't go with 50 tonight, because I know what Jalen Brunson going to do. He putting up 40 tonight. I already know he is. Game time. He's putting up 40. Quote me. He's putting up 40 tonight.
That's not happening.
So
Batum bringing the click-clack.
Maxey.
Locking him up. When I say locking him up, it's like for a cool 25 to 28. But however, there's no 40. There's no 40 piece.
I see Brunson going for 40 tonight.
Nah. Your eyes are getting a little weary. Yeah. Nah, sir. All right, cool. Let's move out to the West. So we have the Thunder and the Pelican. That was pretty quick. That was 4 up, 4 down.
The Pelicans probably hitting the Galveston right now. You gotta do it. You gotta do it like that. You gotta do it like that, child. You gotta do it like that, child.
Hey, listen. Up there with the jellyfish and trash. Except for Crystal Beach and Jamaica Beach.
He said they wasn't even worth a plane ticket, man. He said dry ass together.
Man, listen, it'd be like that sometimes, but this is not even. The only thing that I'll take away from that series, the Thunder and Pelicans, because everybody expected the Thunder to win. Right. The only thing that I'll take away from that series is, man, they really disappeared. CJ disappeared.
But did you expect? I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I heard Shannon saying, that they were the worst number 1 seed ever. So I'm looking at this team like, man, they really. Man, I looked at this team, man, they really got everything that you need to win the championship right now. They got an explosive leader in Shea who can go get a bucket at any time.
For sure.
They got a couple of big men. They got an elite defender in Dort. I mean, and get it, he's a little Latrell, but man, once he get going, man, he's hard to stop. So I really think they match up well.
I mean, they have a full team for sure. I think the only thing that's going to come against them this year is age. I think that's going to be the only thing stopping them.
But wouldn't it be crazy if they end up against Minnesota? Man, that'd be a crazy series. 2 young teams, man. I don't know. I think that'll be the battle.
I love it, but we're not there yet.
I'm just saying. I think it'll be the battle.
For sure.
It'll be the battle of the new faces of the league. Whoever wins is the face of the NBA.
Yeah. Maybe, because we had some other teams in the mix.
Let you know what I think about Minnesota in this.
However, we also need to talk about Brandon Ingram disappeared in that series too. Yeah. I hated that for him. I thought with Zion out, that would at least give him the chance to go off. But man, he was invisible most of the time. A lot of games I was watching, I'm like, is he even on the court at this point?
I think that the game plan was more good to take him out. I mean,
man, that's every team's game plan.
But I think when Zion went out
on the other team,
I think when Zion,
you got to be better than the game plan.
But you can't discount Zion. I think Zion is like
no, that matters.
I think he's like a top 5 player. Anytime you lose a top 5 player, like when he's healthy, when he's on the court and he's healthy, he's a top 5 player.
No sir.
In the NBA. No, I mean, the numbers says it.
No sir.
He's the most impact.
No world.
I gotta say it, man.
15, sure. 10.
The only thing holding this guy back is his eating off the court.
Yeah.
If this guy is healthy, he's doing the right things, he's a force. I mean, he's a top 5 player. Tough. Easy. Who would you put before him? Other than, the Shays, the Anthony Edwards.
You about to give me a lot of people, and you want to put him in the top 5.
Top 5.
Because he's not better than Luka. That's not even something to think about. Come on, bro. He's not better than Luka. He's not better than Ant. He's not better than KD. He and Book, that could definitely be a conversation.
So
he's not better than Joker for sure.
So he's
not better than Bron. He's not better. Ooh, is he better than Ja?
So where's Ja at now? Because just a couple years ago, just a year ago.
I never had Ja in my top 5. However, he's. I don't know. When Ja gets back and we see what he's doing, we can revisit that.
I can just say this. I seen the team with Ja for a whole year, and they were finished up the number 1 and 2 seed.
Right.
And I seen the team without Ja.
Ja makes a difference.
Didn't even make the play-in game.
No, Ja makes a difference. I don't think anybody would say, Ja's just another guy or even just a good player. Ja's a hooper, for sure. But no, there's I was just in the West. I have about 7 or 8 people in front of him in the West. That's before we even get to the East, before we get to Embiid and your boy Brunson. And so he's tough, but top 5 is insane. The reach you just put on that, you might as well high five God, because that's crazy.
I'm just saying about Zion. If he was healthy, he'll probably be the face of the NBA right now.
The NBA would have to lose a lot of faces to get to him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, but, who am I? And then in the next round, so we got the Clippers and the Mavs still going at it. The Clippers recently got smacked by the Mavs. I think the Mavs are going to close this out at 6.
That hurt me.
I'm pretty sure, because we were watching, Game 5 together.
Right.
We were watching Game 5 together when the Clippers had that 20-point lead. PG was cooking, Harden was cooking, and it took everything in their power not to lose that game.
Right.
The Mavs are the better team. When you could be up by 20 and you have to fight for your life, where the 2 best players on your team both had 33, nah, you're not there.
Is this with Kawhi or without Kawhi?
This last game was without Kawhi.
No, I'm saying they're a better team with Kawhi. Or...
I don't know.
So if Kawhi comes back, because he's known to come back and give you a 30-point game,
but then he'll be gone the next night. Yeah. So which brings up this. I think that the Mavs should consider trading Kawhi this year.
The Clippers?
The Clippers, my bad. The Clippers should consider trading them this year. That's just me. Because I need somebody I can depend on.
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
Just rock with me.
All right, talk about it.
Say if the Clippers somehow steal this game tomorrow.
Okay.
And Kawhi comes back for Game 7.
For Game 7.
I can see the Clippers stealing that game. Of course, Kawhi gonna go back to sitting the next 2 games. I seen that last year. He'll come in and have a 30-point game. You think, man, ain't nothing wrong with this guy. The next week or so, he's not playing. So Kawhi. You never know with Kawhi. I think he could wake up on the right side of the bed, feel the spring in his step, come in Game 7, steal that win, buy him a little time. You never know. So I'm banking on the Clippers coming in, stealing Game 6. Game 7, Kawhi comes back.
What I said at the beginning of this series is Kyrie and Luka are going to be too much fun. And all that's been proven, game in and the game out, Kyrie and Luka are too much fun. No matter what they try to do,
but
we watching Kyrie and Luka just eat.
And
Luka's been having bad games, and Kyrie's still eating.
But history shows you that Kawhi, he always got something to say for the season. He can never just let you go into the offseason saying, man, do we want to get rid of him? He always give you just enough to say, we got
healthy Kawhi. Now, healthy Kawhi is a top 5 player. No, healthy Kawhi is 100% a top 5 player. The only problem is we see health. Exactly. We're more likely to get 2 leap years in a row, and that never happens.
Kawhi come back in Game 7, steal the show.
All right, we'll follow up.
You heard it here first.
We'll see what happens.
You heard it here first.
We'll see what happens. We got the T-Wolves and the Suns. The T-Wolves gave them 4 up for a down. Anthony Edwards showing love to KD. Meanwhile, busting him and the entire team.
Right.
Want to go night-night. So what you think about that?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. And I'm never... In the economy, I would never ask somebody to lose their job. But somebody needs to be fired.
From the Suns?
Somebody needs to be fired. I don't know if it's the coach, the GM.
It can't be the coach.
Somebody needs to be fired. You telling me you got 3 players on any given night that can win a game by themselves and you get swept? It's unacceptable.
Okay, so you're not firing the coach because what happened was not the coach's fault. If Bradley Beal gets you 9 points in a closeout game and fouls out, that has nothing to do with the coach. Bro, hey, it's like I remember to the Titans.
That was 3 other games.
Okay, and he did bad in those. Well, he did bad in those other games for the most part. However, what's the problem is teams have been trying to create the big 3 the same way Miami had it back in the gap. But Miami had guys who, one, played within their role, and two, played defense. All three of them were known to play defense. So that's the second problem. So you have guys who can get a bucket and play defense and want to play in their role, and they surrounded them with guys who can shoot threes and play defense. The Suns don't have that.
If I'm a Phoenix Suns fan, somebody got to take the blame for this.
It's the players. The players, and then they traded a lot to get KD, and they traded a lot to get Bill. And because they did that, I mean, they're in the situation that they're in now. If it's me, I'm getting Bill back out there. I'm like, hey, who needs a point guard who can get you a bucket? Because if you have some 3-and-D guys, some wing defenders, and maybe a big man, the big man doesn't even have to score. I just need you to block shots and get rebounds.
So I ask you this, though. So then, does this put a stain on KD's legacy?
Man.
Honest opinion.
Honest opinion.
Like, how do you feel? Like, does this put a stain? Because it's already been documented. Everybody know the talk around town.
Right.
Is that he can't do it without Steph. I mean, we've seen. I mean, even with the OKC, even with the Oklahoma City Thunder, he was winning multiple playoff series. I mean, we can't just keep bailing KD out. I mean, he's got a gothic of playing with the best players in the league so far. I mean, like, this guy played with the who's of the NBA.
Right,
he basically played with everybody but LeBron.
Okay, bro. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about KD. I feel like we just know who he is. He's a really good scorer, like one of the best scorers that we've seen. I'm not gonna call him the best because he doesn't have that many 60-point games. He never had a 70. As a matter of fact, his career high is in the 50s. It's not even the 60s. And we've seen too many guys get 60-point games. So I feel like we know who KD is. He's a hooper. He's a hooper, like, no denying that. However, with him not, keep going to all these teams and not winning, I mean, it does prove that, Steph was a guy.
Right.
One Steph was a guy, and then it begs the question, how many Hall of Famers do you need in order to win the championship? You went to a team that has 4, because you had Iggy going to the Hall, you got Curry going to the Hall for sure, Clay's going to the Hall, Dre's going to the Hall. How many Hall of Famers do you need in their prime in order to win a championship? Now, KD, if he would have never went to the Warriors, I think, he would have been the scoring champ some more, made some runs in the playoffs, Basically, he's Tracy McGrady, who stays healthy. That's who he is.
And KD, look, man, don't go create no Burners accounts, man. We ain't coming for you, man. We just speaking the real.
Tracy McGrady's a hooper.
I mean, you always say I just want a ball. It's to the point where, man, stop taking these people money, man. Just retire and go hoop in the damn gym all the time, man. I mean,
that's too much. That's too much. However,
it would want you to win a championship.
Legacy-wise,
your talent says you should be a championship.
Yeah, legacy-wise, I feel like I couldn't put him. He's for sure not in the top 10. He's for sure not in the top 10 all time. But, like, I really can't put him in my top 15 either.
So you are you saying, because often I know
he's in my top 20. He's somewhere between 15 and 20.
But I know you often say Tracy McGrady, but when we think Tracy McGrady, it's kind of like, man, he had a great career, but he underachieved.
But he got injured. That was his excuse.
Yeah, but
he
like,
had the back spasm.
Even with the Vince Carters, like, no, I ain't seen nobody really since Jordan like to come out with his athleticism, like even with Vince Carter, So it's always like when we talk about, when we break up Vince Carter, it's like, man, this dude was this.
He had everything you would want, but he didn't
nothing to show for it. So when we look back at KD and be like, man, this dude is one of the greatest scorers of all time, kind of like Carmelo. It's kind of like Carmelo.
So it's gonna be a little different than Melo, because Melo tried to chase a ring kind of at the end when he went to the Lakers. This is different in the sense of, he was in his prime. He chased the ring. He got that. So he'll be like, forever, I got that along with the MVP of that championship on my resume.
Right.
However, that wasn't like a dang, we watched him climb the mountaintop to get it. That was like, you threw an alley-oop and all you had to do was dunk it. Like, it was that type of vibe. Because of like what it actually took.
Right.
Like, you were the favorites every time, which you should have been because you had the greatest shooter and one of the greatest point guards of all time. You had one of the, and next to him, you had another great shooter, and they were all drafted. So that's different.
And I kind of hate to say this, man, because I'm not a KD hater, man. I mean, like,
for sure, he's a hooper.
Back at OKC, man, the worst thing he did, man, it hurt me so bad when he left OKC. Cause I was a diehard. This dude gonna be a top 3 player of all time.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, man. It's kind of like, I don't even know if I can put him up there with Charles Barkley. I mean, like, even though he got the 2 championship rings, they don't count to me. Like, it's just like empty calories, you know?
I get what you're saying.
Even though I kind of feel like when you look back at it when it's all said and done, you're gonna look back at it and say Charles Barkley was still
Charles Barkley took his team
of a better
to the finals.
He'll still be.
I mean, KD, he did go to the finals, you know, before when he was with OKC.
But then he pulled the weakest move ever by going to the team that he had down 3-1. 3-1.
So, 3-1. I mean, that's tough. I have him in front of Barkley, but it's not far in front of Barkley.
I don't know.
Like, him in front of Barkley, it's like he would be in the group. He's somewhere between 15 and 20.
It come back to the bus rider and the bus driver conversation. And I don't know if I can put him in front of Barkley. Because everybody knows.
I mean, it pretty much solidified when Draymond said, we won before you got here, we won without you, however he put it. That kind of lets you know, like, what they thought.
But it's to the same,
or at least what Draymond
But it's
thought,
to the same time, it's just like, would you prefer Barkley's career? Because everybody know Barkley would have got a championship if it weren't for Jordan.
For sure.
And then Elijah won.
For sure.
So, you know, they talk about Barkley saying, and I know I've been bringing up Barkley a lot, but they talk about Barkley like he didn't win a championship, but everybody know why he didn't win a championship.
Right. There's a lot of guys who...
You can't explain...
Patrick Ewing didn't win one either. Reggie Miller didn't win one.
You can't explain to me why KD ain't won a championship post...
Because he's been on the teams that you were
He's had people say arguably the most talented player ever, Kyrie Irving. He had James Harden. He's had Russell Westbrook.
He had Russ.
His prime Russ.
He had James Harden. He had Bradley Beal, who just lost with. He had Devin Booker for multiple years
in his prime,
and they have lost. So, how many All Stars do you have to play with to win a championship?
It's just like you know. I want to put him up there, but at the same time, like, come on, man.
No,
like,
that's fair.
Come on, redeem yourself, man. Because I can't put you in front of these guys. And to what it looked like to be a tougher era. You know?
Right.
You know, you take out Jordan those years. Come on, man. Charles Barkley got a ring.
For sure.
So I don't know if I can put him over to Charles Barkley. I mean, I just don't know, man. I just even with Kobe, everybody knew that he didn't really count. It didn't start counting. Those 6 rings wouldn't have been nothing if he would have never did those 3 without Shaq.
The 5 rings?
I think he solidified himself. In order for KD to solidify
Kobe
himself,
said he had to win without Shaq. Kobe said that.
And I feel like that's the same way with the ring.
Yeah.
For you to put him up there in that top, to him to break that top 10 to me at this point, he got to win a championship.
I think that KD should stay with Phoenix because I know he can leave this year if he wants. But I think KD should stay with Phoenix. Okay. Book should stay there. They need to get Bill out, get 3-and-D guys, and a guy who can block shot and get rebounds. Okay. So get that, that's going to change everything.
Not to get too far off topic. So, do you think they should have kept Chris Paul instead of Bill? You think he would have been a better fit?
If Chris Paul could stay reasonably healthy, even if his minutes go down and you bring in like...
I just think there was a much better team.
I mean, yeah, if Chris Paul's minutes go down to like 25 a game and you give him a solid backup like a Conley or a Ricky Rubio or someone like that who could be a good backup, I feel like that would be better because they can score, but they don't have to score. They can set up everybody around them. And they can be like, no, it's not your turn. I need you to get over here in the corner. No, it's not your turn. Da-da-da-da. We're going to run this right here. This is what I'm seeing. This is the matchup. We're going to get this pick and roll.
This is what I really think is a match made in heaven. I know you said staying in Phoenix.
Right.
But I would think if he goes to New York, I know he was the other Brooklyn team. The whole time, I really think he should have went with the other team in New York, the Knicks. With him and Jalen Brunson, that way he can sit in the background, play the background. Because you think about the Knicks, they got all the tools. They got all the tools that you need. Him in New York will be
it will go.
I think they will be a championship quality team. And it's not that hard in the East. I mean,
I mean, when
the West
Philly,
is loaded.
Well, if Philly gets healthy next year and the Bucks get healthy, it's not gonna be a cakewalk.
I know it's not gonna be a cakewalk.
And the Celtics,
but I'm just saying,
so it's gonna be.
If you look at all the pieces, and you got a defensive-minded coach in Thibodeau, I feel like you got great leadership with Jalen Brunson. I feel like he's a leader, and I think KD will want to play with. But I feel like KD. Where they mess him up is they try to put him in a leadership role, and that's not his strong suit. The one thing about him in Golden State, he was just able to show up and play basketball. Right. You had the emotional leader in Draymond Green. Mm-hmm. You had the star in Steph Curry. Right. And he was just able to show up and play ball.
And they had already won the shit, so they already know.
Yeah. You seen the best version of Kevin Durant.
Man, it's easy when you got everybody around you who's great at their job. Right. Draymond's great at defense and like running offense. Right. Steph's great at just hooping and getting shots. Clay's great at catching and shooting.
And that's why I say I can see him at a team like New York. Not to get too far off topic. I know we're talking about the seed. Yeah. But I can see him in a team like New York and him coming in and with the leadership of Thibodeau, with his hard style, because I believe he'll get on.
I don't know, man. Playing for Tiz, man. There's no off days.
I know.
He's playing a lot of minutes.
But I think that's what he needs.
If this was younger KD, I could say probably. Mm-hmm. But him at this point, I don't know if his body's even going to appreciate that kind of work.
One thing I never heard about KD is that he's not coachable.
Oh, no. Yeah, so it's not a coachable thing. It's a style thing. Yeah. Because Tibbs in Chicago and everywhere else, like you...
I could
put a foot in.
I could just see that match. I could just see Stephen A. talking about the Knicks are going to the,
Stephen A. You
wouldn't be able to watch Sports for sure.
All right, so then we got the last one that came in there, and shout out to the T-Wolves. Y'all hoop. Ant is that guy. Jeez. All right, and then we got the Lakers and we got the Nuggets. Jamal Murray. Keep it close and he gonna end it for you. Man. Jokic just going boom, boom. Michael Porter Jr., he's going to give you some buckets.
How many clutch
Murray's going to be like, hey, I got you. I'm going to drop the kids off at school. Don't worry about it.
How many clutch moments had this guy had in a short span of his career, though?
Man, 2-game winners in a series?
Like, even before
and we all knew he was getting the ball.
Go all the way back to last year. Yeah. Go all the way back the year before that. Yeah. I remember that. Remember that him and Donovan Mitchell? Man, this dude is like clutch, bro. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be too, I don't want to, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. But if this guy keep this up, his trajectory, he's playoff wise, man. I know everybody sound crazy. All right. This guy might be a top 5 all-time playoff
performer.
No, clutch. Just clutch.
Oh, clutch?
Well, where this guy can have a bad game.
I would be mad at that.
Bad game, and man, this guy, bro, it just feel like you just know he's gonna make it. Like, it's just something like some of them guys you knew, like when Kobe had the ball, it don't matter. You had 5 guys, you just knew this guy was gonna find a way to make it. So, man, this guy right here, man, he can have an off night, hurt leg.
Yeah, I would say he has like Robert Horry, Jordan clutchness, where it's just give me the ball at the end and I'm gonna make it shake. Man. And then throughout the game he hoops. He basically says, "Hey, get you some buckets, Mike. Right. Michael Porter, get you some buckets, bro. Get you." And then he'll see Jokic. Right. Jokic does the same thing. He's just like, "Let me fill this out for a little." It's
like literally
you get a pass down.
It's literally like they're just going through the motion through the first, second, third.
They're like, just keep it close.
Like, just keep it close. And then they go into this pick and roll offense, man, and it's just like. Y'all could have did this the whole game.
Man, AD, I think it was a playing game. It was like the playing game towards the end of the season. Mm-hmm. AD was blocking everything, and he was locking up. Jamal Murray saw that same AD and was like, bruh, I'm not going to lie to you. Everything that you did was cute, but those were the kids. This is the adult table. We going to click-clack and drop some bones on this one.
I tell you, man, those guys, man, it's gonna be a great series, man. I'm so excited for this series, man. It's gonna be a great series.
We about to talk about this.
I don't even know, man. Like I don't even want to call it, man. I'm gonna just be a spectator.
No, we're not just enjoying it. We gonna talk about it.
Man,
we gonna talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
All right, yo. So, let's talk about this series. We might as well just go ahead and get right into it because this is the one that everybody wants. The Nuggets and the T-Wolves. First of all, who you got and then how many?
Man, you asked
who you got and then how many?
Can I at least see the first game?
Nah. Who you got Now, you know how they play. You saw the series prior.
Man, but
who you got? How many? What are we talking about?
I gotta see because these guys are young. They haven't been here before, man. I gotta see the dog. I gotta see the first game, man. Even LeBron said it's a feel out.
Who you got, and how many?
Man, oh man.
Come on, say it with your chest.
Okay, so. Okay. You just heard me talk about Murray clutch, but I say okay.
All right, go ahead.
I say. God, both of them like the run, man. I just
listen. While you ponder on that,
yeah.
I'm going with T. Wolves and 6.
Why?
T. Wolves and 6 because I'm not gonna say 7 just because going back to Mile High and trying to perform in a Game 7 is insane. Yeah. And I don't know if they got that. But the reason I'm going T was one Ant. That man's hooping. You're not putting KCP on that.
Hey, you can't say nothing wrong.
KCP's, he's nice. He's a player you will want, but you're not throwing him to the wolves like that.
They might have the best role players.
So you got Ant there. You have good perimeter shooting. Gobert. This is where he's gonna have to prove that all those defensive player of the year trophies he has. Right. He's gonna have to make it hell for Jokic.
This is why
because when Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, this was years ago, when the Lakers won their chip, that Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee were huge in that against Jokic, making it uncomfortable because they use their athleticism and their strength to push him out, be physical with him, get some blocks, all of that. Rudy's gonna have to tap into that. Yeah. And then, so that's good, but I think he'll do decent. I don't think he's gonna be, anything crazy, but I think he'll do decent and at least piss off Jokic enough to be like, all right, like throw him off a little bit. Maybe even get them both to technical. I wouldn't be mad at that. You got to come with that kind of intensity. And then I think the biggest difference maker in this is gonna be Cat, because with Cat you're gonna have to.
I don't know, because Gordon is thick down low. He's center with gravity. I mean, no did it. But he's got a real strong base. I mean, height-wise, but I'm telling you, Gordon's not gonna push over.
Cat came into the league on a team where with the T Wolves where somebody has to score the points.
I'm just saying.
So
I got
Gordon hasn't had to like really go up against somebody who has that bag like that. Cat's a better shooter than AD. So Cat can be at the 3-point line, give you buckets there, and then he can also drive, come in the paint, and that's just one. That's without Ant even going crazy, and we know he gonna hoop.
But Cat have also been known to get in foul trouble too as well.
Ant's already talked to him about that. He told him in the interview.
Stop fucking fouling.
he told him in the post.
Hey man, but here's the thing, man. Like the reason why I say it's a lot of unknowns. For one, I think the bench is gonna play a real key factor. I feel like the starting lineup is gonna play to a standstill. Even though I think that Minnesota has the best role players.
Right.
In the NBA, I mean, you got veterans. I mean, Mike Conley playing pretty good ball. I mean, he's not gonna panic in top situations. Of course, you got Murray, who I said is probably one of the most clutch players in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like seeing how's the matchup gonna go. How is Rudy Gobert gonna match up against Jokic?
Right.
What are they gonna put? Who are they gonna have matching up? I know Gordon gonna be holding Cat for the most part, but they might throw KCP on him. You never know. So I feel like it's gonna be, or they could throw Porter on him. You never know what matchup they might go with. So I kind of feel like it's a filling out. I mean, if I can give you a prediction, but it might change by the next time I come. Then I'll be looking like a hypocrite. So
listen, man, say it with your chest. Stand on that. Who you got?
I say this. I think the games are going to be close.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this sounds like a real cute answer.
Game 1, I'm going by game. I can't go by series.
I can't believe
Game
it.
1, I'm taking. I don't want to take.
Game 1, I'm taking.
I don't want to. You know what? If it's close, I'm saying Denver. But if Minnesota's come out, what the game at?
It's Denver.
It's in Denver.
It's in Denver.
That altitude. Just because of altitude, and you got to get used to playing, I'm going to say Denver game 1. That's all I can give you, man. That's all I can give you.
All right. And then the other series that we know for sure is going to happen right now. Let me see. Oh, the other ones are still to be determined. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty so Clippers and Mavs, no matter who's going, I think whoever wins that will be OKC. I think if the Clippers go, they'll be OKC. I think if the Mavs go, they'll be OKC. Because I think that either way, they both have favorable matchups, and the Thunder are just young. They're just young right now. They need another year.
I say if the Clippers go, Clippers win. Kawhi is a couple of days healthier. They get a little rest.
He puts on his cape when he comes to play.
On his cape. PG gets more in his bag.
All right.
And then you can't count out Tyronn Lue, man. I think he's one of the top 5 coaches in the NBA.
I agree.
I feel like as the Clippers go, they win. You got to realize that Russ is home away from home.
Yeah.
He's returning back to OKC for a playoff series. I feel like he's going to be at home. He's going to be comfortable.
He's going to want to go off.
Yeah, I feel like Lue going to play into it. You know, I feel like the fans still got some love for him. You know, so I say if Clippers win, I take Clippers in 6.
Okay.
If the Mavericks win, I got the Thunder.
That's crazy.
I got the Thunder in 6.
That's crazy. That's disrespectful. If the Mavs win, they're gonna win in 6, maybe 5. But 6 just because I want to be respectful. And then if the Clippers,
me personally, I think the Clippers are gonna come back and win the
Clippers win 6. I think the Mavs are gonna win this, but and Russ is one of my favorite players. Like that's one of my favorite players.
It's very odd that you find 2 Russ fans, so in the same room. So, that's my boy, man. That's
my guy. I want him to have all the success in the world.
Yeah.
And then going out to the East, we got the Celtics. They're either going to play Cleveland or Magic. If they see Cleveland, because Porzingis is out, I think Cleveland can win it at 6. That's what I said.
Man, I don't believe it.
Haters going to hate. I don't know what to tell you.
I seen this same Cleveland team get destroyed last year by the Knicks.
It was a bad day.
Seen them get destroyed.
And then if the Magic for somehow wins, if guys mad at the city of Cleveland or something like that, something weird, I think that Boston will beat the Magic in 6.
I got the Celtics either way. It don't matter which one.
You're very disrespectful.
I got the Celtics either way.
I hope that you.
I think more people have actually watched the series. I mean, whoever wins, you'll get to see them for the first time.
That's crazy. So anyway, the Pacers beat the Bucks. So we got the Pacers going up against the Knicks of Philly. I think whoever comes out that series is beating the Pacers.
For sure.
And 6 to be respectful, maybe 5.
I feel like the Pacers the worst team left in the playoffs.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. All right, cool. And then let me see. Oh, okay. The Olympics. I don't know if you saw it, but Kawhi, we know he's hurt. So I think with Kawhi being out, and I doubt Joel Embiid's gonna play, because if I'm the owner of the Sixers, I'm saying Embiid's not. He's gonna sit this out. So if we have 2 open spots in the Olympics, who do you want in those 2 open spots?
I say for Kawhi, is Bridges still going? Or did he make the team?
Is Bridges going? Let me see.
I think Bridges really in the preliminaries.
No,
I think Bridges really played well. I do think they snubbed Jalen Brunson, who had a really, really good preliminaries too as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave that to either Jalen Brunson or Miles Bridges. Or Malik Bridges. Malik Bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Malik Bridges or Jalen Brunson. Them the 2. I think they deserve those 2 spots.
I think that you are being ridiculous, because the favorite practice Olympic highlight is when Kyrie took on the entire Olympic team and chopped them up all the way down the court. Kyrie deserves one of those spots, so Kyrie gets one, and Ben Chirl, he deserves the other one. Those should be the 2 spots, because we're going to need a big, and then we're going to need Kyrie to chop everybody out there.
I might actually watch them play tomorrow. And if Ben Chirl do a pretty good showing, he'll sway my opinion.
Listen, we don't need him to show out in the Olympics. Just get rebounds and block shots.
Right now, I don't know. Mike Holmgren look pretty good.
He's good. I mean,
what about Wimby?
He can block shots and stuff.
What about Wimby? Is he play for?
You know he don't play for France. You know he don't. Bro, he's from France. Why would you be mad about that?
Man, what France gonna do? Man, give us. Man, I don't like all these teams. They know they ain't winning. Don't you want to be a gold medalist?
Listen, he's just gonna have to do it in his dreams or become a U.S.
So I say, Mike. What's his name? Hungry.
Yeah.
I like Mike Hungry. But you know, I don't really feel bad about Vancouver.
No matter what, Kyrie needs.
What about the experience though? You think the lights might be too bright for either one of those guys?
Nah, no, because they're not gonna ask them to do anything crazy, and they're not gonna be a star.
But do you think any of those guys can match up with Jokic? Cause really, that's what we're talking about.
Jokic isn't going for 70 in the Olympics. We're not worried about that.
But I'm saying though, I don't think.
And then AD's still going to be there. Bam is still going to be there. So they just need to basically.
I mean, the one great thing for us about
hoop when they're in.
The one great thing that we would have to our advantage, we ain't got to worry about Murray on the other side of that pick and roll. So I'm fine with that. So I think you can go with either one of those guys. But for sure, I like Malik Bridges or Jalen Brunson to take that spot for the guard. Because I think Malik Bridges.
No, he did good last year.
On ball, I think he's both way a two-way player, one of the best two-way players we got. I mean, of course, he ain't got the household name.
Yeah.
But I think far as
locking up.
Yeah, in overseas ball, I think he transitioned very well to that.
He's nice, but nah.
And then he can knock down a 3-2 as well.
Okay, so question. I saw this just today. Well, I saw this yesterday. PG, they don't know if they're going to keep him, man. The Clippers don't know if they want to give him the big money, so some other teams are looking at him, like New York and Philly. They're looking at PG. Do you think the Clippers should give him the bag?
I just want to see PG win, bro. He's such a likable guy, man.
No, he's
such a likable guy, man. He's such a smooth player, man.
Right.
I really hope he, give a good showing this game. And they come out and win, man. I
think they should give PG.
I really believe in PG, man. I just think sometimes he's too passive.
I agree.
I just want to see a more aggressive. Okay, I mean, I want to see that Indiana PG, man.
No, that one's not coming back.
I don't see that. Sometimes you just want to see that
young PG. He doesn't have that in him. I do think that he could give you a little bit of OKC PG, get back in his bag a little more, hit you with some more finesse.
I don't know, because
he does need to be more aggressive.
Man,
well,
I ain't chopped him up. I don't want to go back to OKC.
When Russ had 40 or 45 and he had like 5.
We don't want that. We want Indiana.
No, that was crazy. But no, I think that the Clippers should keep PG. And if Kawhi still has like a year or two on his contract, they need to trade Kawhi, man. Because he's a hooper, but he's never healthy. You can't bank on him.
To PG credit, that 1 year with him and Reggie Jackson, I mean, he was unstoppable. He was unbelievable that year. Mm-hmm. We have seen he can do it. Do they keep James Harden?
Yes, I do think they keep James Harden. Mm-hmm. I think you keep James
Harden.
You keep Russ. I think the only player you get rid of is Kawhi. But I don't even like saying get rid of.
What do you replace him with?
You replace him with more shooting. You need more. You need a defensive player who can shoot the ball. That's what you need. If they can get a defensive player who can shoot the ball, a couple of 3-and-D guys, or somebody who can help fill up the bench, that's gonna be helpful.
One thing I did think that was very key for the Clippers in the last game is that we did see PJ Tucker signing. I think he really came in, gave them some really good minutes. I think Tyronn Lue saw something with him. I do think he's going to get a lot more playing time. I do think that's going to be a game changer. I think if you get him out there, you can have him matched up one-on-one with Luka. Mm-hmm. I know they've been trying to put Russ on him, man. That's just a real hard cover for Russ. I don't think, he's doing a pretty good job, but I think playing PJ Tucker a little bit more. Probably play Powell just a little less. I mean, he's really not been making too many shots. I mean,
yeah.
I say
I don't know.
I say you put PJ Tucker in, but I just feel like he's been. I don't know why they got this other cat starting, man. I don't. No disrespect to guy.
To man.
To what?
Man.
To man. Like all respect to man. Get your bread. I think.
Nah, I feel you on that. I don't know. We're going to wrap our heads around this. We're going to be back. Thank you for checking in with us, pulling up, listening to sports. Definitely leave some comments. Your thoughts, who's going to win, who y'all rooting for. Let me know all of that in the chat. Yo, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming to NothinNice. I'm JB, Book Jones. Holla at you.
Holla at your boy. it.